What if, what if our own sun is hiding massive, completely unknown structures?
Or imagine NASA's Mars images showing, maybe subtly, these huge bodies of water nobody's really talking about.
Exactly. And what if the most, I don't know, alien-looking thing you could imagine is actually right here on Earth, just, too small to see?
Hmm.
Today, we're doing a deep dive into some really compelling visuals, stuff that challenges what you think you know about, well, everything. Space, our own planet.
It's quite a collection. We're looking at some genuinely unusual phenomena, some unidentified objects.
We've pulled together material from different places for you. There's some fascinating stuff from NASA imagery.
Right, specifically the SOCO Solar Observatory that's the one always watching the sun.
Yeah, Ahsoka images and also some Mars satellite pictures. Stills.
And then there's this electron microscope photo from right here on Earth that's just, oh, it's astounding. You have to see it.
Our mission today really is to unpack these visuals, talk about the theories, the questions they bring up.
And really get into this whole concept of the unidentified.
Yeah, we want to encourage you, the listener, to think about what else could be out there, maybe light years away or...
Or, as we'll see, maybe practically under our feet.
Yeah.
It's about sparking that curiosity, getting a discussion going based on what we found.
I couldn't agree more. So let's jump in. First stop, the sun. We've got this SO image, and it shows something pretty extraordinary nearby.
It really is. What makes this one stand out is this anomaly. It's huge. I mean, when you put it next to Earth for scale,
It dwarfs our planet.
completely, it's just enormous. And what's really striking visually is that it shows up as this distinct bulge.
A bulge, not like a solar flare.
No, exactly. It doesn't quite match the sun's usual circumference,
Mm.
and it doesn't look like a temporary explosion like a flare. It seems more structured, persistent.
Huh. So that raises the question, what kind of power is behind something like that? What are we actually seeing?
It's very unusual, definitely worth sharing, we thought, as, compelling evidence of something unexplained.
And people can look this up, right? Like the original NASA link was out there with the source material.
That's right. Direct observation is encouraged. But even seeing the source, the scale, the sheer oddness of it,
Mm-hmm.
it leaves a lot unanswered.
So what are people saying? I mean, when you see something that big, that weird next to our sun, what are the theories? Even the more out there ones.
Well, given the size and how it behaves, some observers have put forward a pretty provocative idea
Mm-hmm.
that it might not be natural at all,
Meaning?
meaning something artificial. The speculation you see in some discussions is that this could actually be a, quote, massive ship,
A ship near the sun.
or even a fleet, maybe. Ships within the sun, hiding or operating right there in the star itself. That's one of the hypotheses floating around.
Wow, okay. That's definitely provocative. The unidentified part is key there, I guess.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It remains unexplained by conventional models.
Okay, so from potentially Earth-sized objects near the sun, let's pull our focus back a bit. Let's talk about Mars. Because satellite images there are showing something equally, maybe startling.
Yeah, we've got this series of 5 separate stills, satellite images of the Martian surface.
And when you look closely, I mean, they really seem to show what look like lake formations. Big ones.
Not just flat areas, either. You can actually make out what appear to be ripples, or maybe currents, right along the edges of craters. It suggests liquid, moving.
Which is interesting because NASA, well, they acknowledge some water, right? Like flowing water seasonally.
They do admit to some.
Uh-huh.
Trickles, flows, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
But certainly not these extensive lake formations that seem visible in these particular images.
And there's something else odd about these specific photos.
The black and white, yeah. That's a major point raised in the source material.
Why does that matter?
Well, think about it. If you had large bodies of liquid water, H2O, on the surface, it would look blue, right? From space, water reflects blue light.
Okay, yeah, makes sense.
So presenting these images only in black and white removes that potential color information. This has led to speculation. A theory, really, that maybe it's a way of, downplaying the evidence.
It's covering it up.
That's the suggestion in some quarters, that if these were big lakes, the blue would be undeniable in a color photo. Black and white makes it ambiguous. It raises questions, certainly.
And looking at them, it's hard to just say, oh, it's sand dunes or something. Those ripple patterns, they look like currents.
It strengthens the idea, doesn't it? The possibility of, say, aquifers on Mars.
Right, like huge underground water reserves somehow leaking to the surface.
Exactly. Leaking up, forming these, well, potentially large, deep bodies of water. The ripples really add weight to that idea.
So if we follow that thought, if these are big bodies of water. What's the next logical question?
Life, right. Could there actually be Martian creatures, maybe swimming around in these lakes? Things we just don't know about.
Imagine astronauts going there with scuba gear. That's a wild thought. Completely changes the picture of Mars as this dead, barren planet.
It really does. And the source material we reviewed, it leans into this. It asserts that this looks like proof, and maybe NASA's trying to cover it up, trying not to tell us there's life on Mars.
Using the black and white photos as a way to obscure that.
That's the claim being made.
Right.
Based on these images.
Yeah.
It's definitely a perspective that makes you scrutinize how information gets presented.
Okay, let's swing back to the sun for a moment, because there's another SOHO observation. This time, it's video.
Yes. This one shows what's described as a massive metallic flying saucer near the sun's corona.
A saucer.
It looked quite distinctive in the footage, clearly saucer-shaped, and you can see these circular patterns on it. It looks like we're seeing the flat side, the plate side, as it were.
Okay, so if it is something like that, what would it be doing there?
Good question. The theories mentioned include maybe harnessing energy from the sun, absorbing it like a giant solar panel.
Plausible, I guess, if you accept the premise.
Or maybe it was just doing a flyby, just
Yeah.
observing. The source material points out how the object behaves in the clip.
But the clip itself is weird, isn't it?
Very. That's a key point. The video, it only runs for a few seconds. It loops, maybe 3 seconds total, max.
That's it.
That's it. And then, apparently, just for a split second, another image flashes up before the feed just cuts out.
Cuts out completely.
Suddenly terminated. That's highlighted as pretty critical. It suggests not just an odd object, but maybe some kind of active intervention to stop the feed.
So whatever it was, definitely unidentified. And the angle, you said, shows the top or bottom.
Yeah, it really looks like you're seeing the flat part with those circles. It's hard to just dismiss. Very intriguing footage.
Okay, wow. From the sun to Mars, back to the sun. Let's bring it home now. Back to Earth for our last piece of evidence.
And this one is, well, it's a photograph that, honestly, when you first see it, it looks absolutely alien.
Like something from a movie.
Totally. Like, something H.R. Geiger might have designed.
Yeah.
Or just some Hollywood creation. But it's 100% real. Found right here.
Okay, I'm intrigued. What is it?
The big reveal. It's called a hydrothermal worm.
A worm? It looks like that.
Yep. Not an alien. It just looks incredibly bizarre. This photo was taken by Felipe Caruso using an electron microscope.
Ah, okay. So super magnified.
Hugely magnified, FEI electron microscope. I think the source said 525 times magnification.
Wow.
Which is why you see this insane amount of detail. Detail you'd never, ever see otherwise.
And what kind of detail are we talking about? You said it looked unsettling.
Well, it lives near those hydrothermal vents, deep in the ocean, places life wasn't even thought possible until recently. And its features, particularly its teeth, they look like rows of razor-sharp needles.
Oh, wow. On a microscopic worm.
Exactly. That's the crazy part. This thing, you can't really see it with the naked eye. Maybe barely if you know what you're looking for. It's tiny.
But then you see this picture.
Right. And you think, imagine if these creatures were like land-based and the size of dogs or cows.
You'd have a serious problem. We definitely have to rethink how we live.
It completely messes with your perception of what alien even means, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Even when it's from our own planet.
Absolutely. It shows how alien Earth itself can be.
It really does. And it also
Yeah.
speaks to how we discover things. This wasn't just one person. The source material mentioned how others helped identify it, sharing info. It shows how that collective observation helps us figure out the unknown. Science in action.
So let's recap this journey. We've gone from these huge potential structures near the sun,
To possible hidden lakes on Mars, maybe even with Martian life.
and then back to Earth to find something truly alien-looking, but real, living in microscopic detail.
It's quite a spectrum of the unexplained or the incredibly strange.
And hopefully this deep dive, pulling from these different sources, has given you some fascinating insights, helped you get well-informed pretty quickly on these unusual topics.
Because these glimpses, right, whether they're into deep space or just extreme close-ups of our own world, they really do challenge how we understand life. Existence itself, even.
It makes you question, makes you look closer.
And consider all the possibilities that might be just outside our normal view.
So the final thought for you is, what else is out there? What other incredible discoveries are just waiting? Maybe near the sun, maybe on Mars, maybe even smaller than that worm if we just keep looking and keep asking the question.
It's a huge universe out there. And, as we've seen, a pretty strange world right here, too. Always more to find.